Welcome to my garden. In today's video I'm going to show you how I'm planting my chitted potatoes. And you are watching Casual Gardening and Cooking. First of all, well, you may not actually heard the term chitting. It's basically growing the sprouts on your potatoes. And we are not after those wide leggy ones. We're after those dark, juicy, greenish sprouts. That's what we're after. If you're new to chitting, as to be fair, this was my first time I've did it. I do have a full video on how I went about it, and I'm going to leave a link to that video down below in the description of this one. However, that part is actually not necessary, okay? Chitting potatoes will only speed up the process of growing your potatoes. Okay, we've got our potatoes. Next we need some sort of a pot or a container. You can actually grow potatoes in really anything you can think of. However, it's the size that matters. Now the pots I have, they're 28 liters and they're actually quite fancy. They are specially designed for growing potatoes, as I do have this insert inside of the main pot that will allow me to remove the potatoes when they are done a lot easier. However, that's not necessary. Normal large pots will do. On top of it, make sure your pots at the bottom do have holes for the water to have somewhere to escape. Okay, the worst thing you can do is to rot your potatoes due to high amount of moisture inside of the pot. However, I'm also going to be using bags like these. They are about 20 liters. Now, the smallest container I would even consider for growing potatoes would probably be about 10-15 liters. That's the absolutely bare minimum. However, I would recommend anything above 20 liters. The bigger the pot, the bigger the harvest. Now the next thing we're going to need is something to actually fill our pots with, okay? Now I do have universal garden soil, okay? However, compost would be best. In my case, I've actually run out of compost as I was filling my raised beds in my greenhouse. So yeah, I'm going to be using general purpose garden soil. Now potatoes actually do like to eat, so we need to make sure our soil is full of nutrition, okay? So what I'm going to add, multi-purpose fertilizer with slow release, okay? It works up to 3 months. Not too much of that, all right? Don't go crazy with any fertilizers. The next thing I'm going to be adding is granulated manure. Absolutely perfect addition, quick release, and the plants will have something to eat. And now just give it a mix. Now I'm going to fill up all the pots and the bags to about halfway. Alright, we've got our pots ready, the soil is inside. Let's pick a potato. As you can see on this potato, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 chits, okay, in total. And I do want to have maximum of 3 of them. However, them 2 are right at the top, and these 2, well, they're not going to be needed, so we're just going to take them off. If you have more pots than potatoes, what you can actually do is to split the potato in half, and it will grow absolutely fine. How many potatoes per pot? Well, for this 28 liter pot, I'm going to be only adding 2 potatoes. Now, the more potato you add, the higher chances that the plants will be fighting each other for the space, for the nutrition, for water, so they will produce smaller potatoes and smaller harvest overall. So 2 potatoes for a large pot will be absolutely fine. For smaller pots, I would only go with 1 potato. And in those 20 liter bags, I'm also going to be adding 2 potatoes. With the potatoes in, I'm going to cover them with a layer of soil. I'm going to fill those pots and the bags to about 3/4 full. Now you may ask yourself a question, why didn't I fill those pots right to the top, right to the brim? Well, as the potatoes sprout and grow, you can actually add soil around them, okay? And they will release new root system from the stem itself. And that will mean that the plant will be able to take more nutrition from the soil and also give you a larger harvest. So it's definitely worth doing. So now the last thing to do is to water our pots. Now, watering is especially important if you are growing your potatoes in pots or bags, as the soil itself will dry out more quickly, especially when they will be on full sunshine. And potatoes actually do like a bit of sunshine. So how often should you water your pots with potatoes? That's difficult to say. It all depends on the conditions outside. One indicator that you can use, and I actually use it, is I'm going to put my finger in the soil. If it feels dry, I'm going to water it. If I feel moisture, I'm going to leave it for another day. However, that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, if you maybe learned something new, drop me that like button down below, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And do me a massive favor, as this is a new growing channel, please share this video with your friends and family, and maybe they could enjoy this video and this information as well. But that's it from me today. Thank you so much. Take care.